morning, Americans and Patriots, and fellow drivers out there. Well, if you do rideshare for Uber, Lyft, or you do your own business on the side with it, the competition to keep your clients happy is always there. That means keeping your car clean on the outside as well as the inside, which is very important. Making sure it's odor-free, making sure they have the ability to charge your phone, making sure you know where you're going, that you're awake, that you're on time, that you get them there safely. But most importantly is the most important piece of equipment you have is your actual vehicle. And now that we're in 2025, there are a lot of good vehicles out there that I would trust more than what's on the road today, because everything is high-tech junk. That there are a lot of cars on the road that we can't use, but I wish we still could use for Uber XL and Lyft XL. Now, this is not the Uber X platform. The Uber X is a car that holds 5 people, driver included. XL is 7 people. So today we're going to talk about the 5 cars that I wish we could still use for Uber and Lyft XL, but because they're too old, they're not eligible. Number 1, 2009 and older Toyota Sienna, any year. These things are rock solid. They come in front wheel drive, they come in all wheel drive. These things can last easy 300,000 to 400,000 miles if you just do what's told in the maintenance manual. Those things are just unbelievable. Spacious, roomy, reliable. It is a minivan, so it isn't the most fuel efficient vehicle. But then again, if you're in the Uber XL, you have to expect that, or Lyft XL. These vehicles are going to be bigger. They're going to require more gas. The ones not being made are being made in hybrid only, which I'm not a fan of. Not that the hybrid system for Toyota is terrible, it isn't, but I still like gas engines better myself. So, number 1 on this list is the Toyota Sienna. Number 2, the end of Generation 1 and the beginning of Generation 2 Honda Pilot. 2005 to 2009. These things, like the Toyota Sienna, were bulletproof. These things could go easy 300,000-400,000 miles doing the same thing as a Toyota Sienna. Because the aerodynamics is not there, the fuel efficiency isn't going to quite be there, and because it's an SUV, not a minivan, access to the third row seat is going to be harder for adults or even kids. Or if you're trying to put a car seat in or a booster seat in, going on an Uber Lyft ride, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than the Toyota Sienna. But overall, 2005 to 2009 Honda Pilot, those things are just great. Number 3, any 2009 older Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, I said how the Pilot and the Sienna was bulletproof. I think this thing was missile proof. The V8 engine of these things and the automatic transmission, they can go and go and go. You could probably easily get about, I don't know, 500,000 miles easy out of these things if you just did the maintenance. The biggest enemy for these vehicles, if you live in cold climates, is rust, of course. Especially on a Toyota. Toyota's had, the one Achilles heel Toyota's had is rust on their frames and on their cars. But man, those cars, even if I could go back and do Uber SUV Black, or just Uber Black, or Lyft, if gas wasn't so high, man, you would have to worry about nothing about these vehicles breaking down. The one negative, of course, they are gas hogs. Oh, good Lord, they're gas hogs. I think if you're lucky, you may get about 19 highway if you're lucky. But as far as reliability, dependability go, and spaciousness, the only reason why this is not number one is because, one, they are gas hogs, and you're going to spend a lot of money for gas on these things. I would consider this car be more of a, not just an Uber and Black vehicle, but also if you do have your own business, you do stuff on the side, you do a lot of airport runs or train station runs or long trip runs, people who need to have things, this would be a good vehicle for that too. Number 4, 2006 and older Chevy Tahoe, or the Chevy Suburban and its twin cousins, the Yukon Denali, the Cadillac. You can put that up at the Cadillac Escalade. Yeah, basically those two right there. The V8 engines on these things and the automatic transmissions, again, were bulletproof. I had one in 2001 with the old-time barn doors. As I had the picture down below, it was pretty much that one right there. Oh man, that's one vehicle I wish I should have been more patient with and kept with. Ended up trying that thing for a 2011 Hyundai Elantra. Oh god, I've been kicking myself ever since then. Oh. But man, those vehicles are good. And again, if you're doing Uber Black or Uber SUV Black, or had your own business on the side for the same reasons I mentioned for the Land Cruiser, this is a vehicle you would want also. This, the Yukon, the Denali, or the Cadillac Escalade. Those cars are awesome. And number 5, the Ford Expedition. I really had to stretch this one out. The only question with these things is you gotta be careful of certain 5.7 V8s on these models. They had some trouble, but as far as spaciousness goes and room to do a lot of stuff, this is right up there with the Chevy Tahoe. And I'm basically putting this at number 5 because I had to find a 5th vehicle. This was it. I don't hate the Expedition whatsoever, but they're not as good as the other 4s because of the problems they had with some of them 8-cylinder transmissions. 8-cylinder engines, and again, Ford automatic transmissions, they can be very hit or miss. But for the other reasons why you would want a Uber XL vehicle or Lyft XL vehicle, this is it. The only thing about this one, just like the Chevy Tahoe and the Toyota Land Cruiser, these things are gas hogs. And again, it's one of those vehicles you would want on the side to do your own business and to do your own ride share and to take clients around. Again, these are older vehicles. Your clients are probably going to want something newer if you're doing high-priced clients. But the purpose of this video is these vehicles are just more reliable, more dependable than what I see on the road now. They just are. Less technology, the better off you are. Comments down below what you'd like to know. What vehicle would you like to bring back also, if you could, if you did rideshare, or what ride would you like to use if you did your own side business for transporting people? Let me know, and we'll talk to you later.